We are doing a kitchen reset today. It's early in the morning. At this point, I already bathed my dog because he's having some issues. I got washed myself because washing the dog was crazy. But the last 24, 48 hours, this kitchen has had like little to no care. And this is what it looks like. It's time to hit a hard reset. I normally do not let my house get to this point, but at this point it did. And we're going to also share a unpopular opinion. Honestly, I don't think it's really that much of an unpopular opinion. I just think it's popular right now all over TikTok and YouTube, and I really dislike seeing it. So I'm going to share my unpopular opinion with you. And if you share the same views, let me know down in the comments. If you don't, let me know down in the comments. To each their own. But let's start this video. Let me just quickly tell you that the way that I clean, normally when I clean room by room, is I always go left to right, top to bottom if I need to, and then I save the floor for last. So that's why I am going in a clockwise motion cleaning my kitchen right now. Always starting to the left, always going to the right. I'm not really doing deep cleaning. I just need it to look better and function better than it was previously. Now it's time to hit that unpopular, popular opinion. Again, let me know down in the comments what you think of this. I've been seeing a lot of dirty houses all over YouTube and TikTok and people talking about them and all. And in my opinion, if you have a child, if you have somebody under 18 living with you, if you have children and toddlers and babies living with you, your house should not look the way that these videos do. A clean house is not a privilege. It is a right. Every kid deserves the right to a safe and clean home. And I am aware that some parents are single parents. Some parents work all day, come home, take care of their kids, have to cook meals, have to get kids ready for school next day. That's not the parents I'm talking about. If you look on these YouTube videos and people reviewing these YouTube videos, they are not the parents that are not cleaning their houses. These are the parents that are saying a messy home is a lived-in home. A messy home means that people live here. So does a clean home. Living in a messy home for children, not only health-wise can have negative effects, but mentally can have negative effects. It can increase stress, anxiety, difficult managing emotions. It can impact focus and productivity in children. And children are very good to adapt into their environment, so you might not even realize that kids are finding ways to deal with their stress or their anxiety, with their world around them being messy. But I'm telling you, it happens. I grew up in a home like this. I grew up in a home where there was one path in the bedroom, in and out, and that was it. My parents loved collecting collectibles, and so we had collectibles everywhere for quite some time. And yes, kids are very adaptable, but it doesn't mean that they should have to adapt to these messy environments. In the same respect, a clean home can reduce stress, promote focus and concentration, and foster a sense of calm and control and safety in children. So I do get it that some parents do struggle with keeping a clean home. That's why one of the reasons why I started this YouTube page was to try to help people in tips and tricks of keeping their house and their area clean. Maybe it's not your house, maybe it's your apartment, maybe it's your office. That's why I really started this page. And I do hope that people find tips and tricks that work for them on my YouTube page. And I do hope that if you're an adult and you're having trouble maybe mentally with keeping things clean, maybe you have a block somewhere going on to why you cannot clean, that you do reach out for help and you do realize it's so important for your children, not just yourself, but your children, to have a clean and stable home. When a home is messy, it can give not only you low self-esteem because you don't want people to come over, you don't want people to see it, becomes this hidden thing. It does the exact same thing for your kids. I don't remember having friends at all come over my house when I was little, and I see how important it is for my own children to have those interactions with their friends. So if you need the help, please do reach out. There's tons of resources out there to help whatever your block is on cleaning. Sometimes the first step is the hardest, but our children are very important. Our children are our future. So for our children's health and mental well-being, let's stop normalizing this messy home as a lived-in home and start normalizing a clean home is a normal home for our children. By the way, yes, that is a paintbrush. I have a paintbrush just specifically for cleaning so I could get cracks and crevices like this that you wouldn't normally be able to reach, and I love that paintbrush. It works so well for areas like this. So yes, that is a paintbrush, works really well for cracks and crevices. Now, I do have other videos, probably shorts, because I was making a lot of YouTube shorts for quite some time. I do have other videos, though, talking about motivating you. If maybe you just don't have that motivation to start cleaning, there's plenty of ways that you could do it. Putting on music, listening to an ebook, maybe even putting on a show. I had a show on Netflix playing this whole time I was cleaning. It's that documentary about the kid influencers and stuff like that. I had that playing the whole time that I was working here. So there's some good ways to motivate you. If maybe you need motivation, if your kid's not enough motivation, I guess, they could definitely help you get through cleaning, doing little things like that you like. Also, take breaks. Take breaks. If you need to clean for an hour and take a break for 2 hours, take breaks. I know doing that initial cleaning could be quite overwhelming, but it's rewarding in the end because it's easier to keep up with in the future. Also, if you have a hard time with it, you can write down what you need to get done. A pen and a paper is your best friend. I said it a lot of times on this video, and I totally still live by it. A pen and a paper could be your best friend, and it can also be a good motivator because you cross off things that you have already accomplished. That can motivate you to keep going. So get that pen and paper out. Write down everything you need to clean. Take it room by room. Progress. We're not looking for perfection. We're just looking for progress. My house, I'm a cleaner. I'm a professional cleaner. I own a cleaning business. My house is not 100% clean. I have a load of clothes next to me right now that needs to be folded, okay? But let's make our houses a little bit more... Let's stop normalizing the messy home as a lived-in home, and let's start normalizing a clean home as a lived-in home for both our children and ourselves. So pen and paper, great motivation to cross things off and keep track of what you're doing. Listening to something that you like, great motivation. Also, I did this for my own kids growing up when they were toddlers. If you need to do a reward system, do a reward system for yourself. If you have a little piece of paper and you write down, I do the dishes every single day, my sink is empty, and at the end of the week, I get a new shirt, or you get to go to that concert that you wanted to, or you get a new book. I just got a new book. I'm so excited to read it. If you need to do a reward system, do a reward system for yourself. They're not just for toddlers. They're not just for kids. They can also help motivate a lot of adults. I know some people, not me personally, but I know some people like to work with partners. So maybe you have a sister, brother, mother, somebody, a friend that you like to come over and clean with you so that you can talk while you clean. That's also another great idea if you need the motivation. For me, I would just sit there talking the whole entire time and I wouldn't get anything done. So that doesn't work for me. But that does work for some people. It does. So maybe you ask a friend or a family member, hey, one day of the week, could you come over for a few hours, help me clean? You'd be surprised how many people are actually willing to do that. I know a lot of people say, nobody will help you move. I hear that quite often. Nobody will help you move houses. Nobody will help you do things like that. But people seriously will. You just got to ask. By the way, I showed that because in one of my videos, I cleaned out my sink after doing the dishes and kind of looked like I was using the same sponge. I just have a bunch of these blue sponges. I buy them in bulk, and so I have one in a drawer for cleaning the sink, and then I have another one somewhere else for cleaning my dishes. I'm not using the same sponge to clean my dishes in my sink. Learned about that a while ago, not to do that. So anyway, I have two different sponges, but they look the exact same. Another thing you could do is get your kids involved. Rather you have one or you have 6, get them involved in cleaning and start them young on it. I started my kids young and now they're teenagers, and every now and then we have a battle with cleaning, not because they don't know how to, but because they'd rather talk to their friends or do something else, right? But start them young. You can go on Google and look up age-appropriate chores for children. Definitely do that if you're struggling to figure out which age group really can do what. It's a great guide, but also remember that every child is different. So what one child may be able to do, another one may not. Looking at one chart just quickly on Google says for 2 to 3 years old, they can make a bed. They can help make a bed. For sure. I'm not sure if they can make a full bed at 2 years old, but place laundry in a basket, that's fun. Have you ever seen the laundry baskets that look like basketball hoops. They're fun. Put away laundry, put away toys, wipe counters. I would be okay with that. Don't give your 2 or 3-year-old any kind of chemical though. I would maybe with just water. Feed pets. I guess that depends on your pet. Hopefully you have a friendly pet, okay? Put clothes in dryer and clean plates after meals. My 2 or 3-year-old, my kids when they were 2 or 3, I probably wouldn't trust them with cleaning plates because they probably would have broke them at that time, but that's cool. And then it goes all the way up, this one goes all the way up to 10 and 15 years old. At 10 and 15 years old, they said, now I have a 15 and a 13-year-old, so they said they should be able to wash the car, absolutely, mow the lawn, take out the trash, cook a meal, supervise younger siblings, clean the bathroom, shop, and walk pet. So my 13 and 15-year-old can't do all these. We don't have shopping centers near us. They would have to drive, and neither of them drive right now. But they could definitely clean a bathroom. So anyway, there's ideas out there. Get your kids involved. It might be a little frustrating at first to teach them new things because it does take time for kids to catch on, but it will definitely be worth it in the end, and it helps you. If you're a working parent, it will definitely help you in the end run by taking that time out and teaching them maybe on a weekend. Anyway, I'm not trying down anybody for how they live, but some of these videos on YouTube are quite shocking to me, and how people just talk it off like it's nothing. It was quite shocking to me. So yeah, let's not normalize these messy hoarder homes. Let's normalize a place where our children can be healthy and safe and function in their own household. Getting back to this cleaning video, all those cans, I have so many different cans at this point. My local grocery store changed their logo around, and so anything with their old logo was on sale. So I got 36 cans of like different kind of vegetables, pumpkin puree, coconut milk. I got them all for under $11. I went back and got some more. They don't expire for quite some time, so rather we use them or somebody else uses them, they will definitely get used. And these potatoes, for some reason in my house, potatoes sprout. Like, they sprout very quickly. But potatoes like that, you could cut off the eye, maybe like an inch under where it starts to sprout, throw it in some dirt, and it will grow new potatoes. And depending where you live in the country or wherever you live in the world, you might be able just to keep growing potatoes all year around. So I do not throw away my potatoes that have eyes. I save them and I plant them outside. There's really no reason to throw them away unless you don't have a place to plant them, because they will grow more potatoes. That was me looking at a bill, and then I re-looked at it as if the price is going to change at all. That was an over $500 bill. Like I said, life has been crazy, and as if me closing and opening that paper was going to change the amount that I owed, it really doesn't. But sometimes these bills can be quite shocking. Anyway, I'm wiping the counters now. I did store my potatoes multiple different ways, but no matter how I store them, they sprout really quick. I have bought the little potato containers with the holes in them where they store them in the dark. None of them work for me. So they just tend to stay on my counter until I use them. Wiping down their stainless steel and vacuuming. And after I mop, normally mopping would be like the last thing I do. But I did put some things away after that that I didn't get to earlier in the time. But again, this took me around an hour to do everything that you see here. I also have to say, one way that I'm able to keep up with my house so easily is actually living minimal. I do not buy over and beyond what I need. Well, let me just say, during Christmas and Easter, I definitely go over and beyond for my children. Way more than I need to. But I don't live with way more than I have to, okay? I live with the necessities, and that is it. So really, it doesn't take me long to clean up at all. So deorganizing, getting rid of those things that you're not using anymore, if you're having trouble keeping up with your house, that might be like your step number one that you should do. Go through and get rid of things that you were like, I will definitely use this, let me get this, and then it just sits. That will help you huge. It will help you a lot in the end game, okay? Get rid of those things, only keep what you're using, only keep what you need. So yeah, living minimal definitely helps me be able to pull together my house a lot quicker. And again, I have two teenagers, okay? I have a dog, I have a cat, we have axolotl, a betta fish. So we have pets. But even with pets, living minimal is the way to go if you're having a hard time keeping up with your house. I hope that nobody took hard feelings to this video. Some of the videos I've just been seeing have been shocking to me, but I hope that nobody took hard feelings to this. I hope that if you do need tips and tricks, you'll check out my page or somebody else's. Maybe you don't want to check out my page. That is completely okay. There's plenty of other pages out there for cleaning. Some other ones might motivate you better than my videos do. That's okay. Go check them out. Yeah, I hope nobody took hard feelings from it. We are all human. We are all learning. If I could speak, that would be nice. We are all learning and we are all taking it one day at a time. Again, we are not looking for perfection. Practice makes progress. Start small if you have to, and grow from there. I'm just making some tea right now. I throw 3 tea bags in here, wait 2 hours, take the tea bags out, and we have this container of tea for probably only like 3 days with the way my family drinks it. And then we just repeat the process all over again. But yeah, here it goes when everything is said and done. And it's back to being functional again. So I hope you liked this video. I hope you're having a good morning, afternoon, or evening. And remember, if you are getting overwhelmed, take it one step, one thing at a time, and reach out for help if you need to. Our kids deserve better. Stain my shirt, but our kids deserve better.